Hey Gallagher, I got a delivery from Scooby. They got sent to my address. Just click us your deets and I'll send it over to you, mate. So I've got a bit of discussion about B12, vitamin B12. It's an OTC vitamin. OTC means over the counter. So when you hear Primo Body, Roido Body, Kino Body, etc., say OTC means over the counter. Comes in little glass ampules. And you keep these in the fridge, keep them out of light, and then when you use them, break it open. The reason why they're red is the natural, that's the natural colour of the cobalamin. So that's hydroxycobalamin, comes in cyanocobalamin, methylcobalamin. They all fucking work. I've done them all. I've used hundreds of people I've injected, and we've come back with tests. It always works. It always works. Methylcobalamin, do whatever you can get. All right. What sort of needles? You can use insulin needles. Very, you can see that little tip, very small. Look at that. That's an insulin needle. Just goes straight into the deltoid. This is an intramuscular injection. It's not intravenous, right? So anyone can do it. Just if you've got a nurse friend or someone that can help you, plenty of nurse tutorials on YouTube. Now I'm not a doctor, so I'm not a doctor at all, except for that time your mum came to my house. But I'm not a doctor, so this is just a vitamin advice. And these are the sort of needles that all the full natty bra guys use on YouTube. With that. Alright, look at that. Look at that fucking needle, man. That's what Scooby, this is a Scooby needle. So B12, and that's anabolics. So Scooby, TMW, low blinder. They'd know this one. Bit of PIP. Kino Body, etc. Dosages, you have to look that up, and you have to diagnose yourself on that one. It's a vitamin. And so many, like in Australia, if I want to go an injection, it might cost me $80 for one injection, where I can go do it myself. Get these from the pharmacy for $5 to $15 and do it myself. Alright, these needles cost 16 cents each from any pharmacy in Australia. And they legally have to sell you needles. If you ask for an insulin needle, they have to legally sell it. So if they say, oh, we don't have needles, they legally do have needles and they legally have to sell it to you. So please, I need a pack of insulin needles or a stair pack, etc. And they legally have to give it to you. You don't need a prescription to buy needles. Alright, this is a pharmaceutical product. It's not a prescription product. You legally have to sell it in Australia. Same with prescription. This is not prescription medicine. This is not prescription in Australia. You legally have to sell it to someone if they ask for it. But still, people in Australia go, oh, but like, you know, like my doctor said I need to do a test before they can prescribe B12. It's over-the-counter medication. It's over-the-counter vitamin, OTC. So all the doctor's trying to do is just get another consult, another Medicare swipe. Ching, thanks for coming. Porsches, expensive hookers, etc. 99% of doctors are dodgy and arrogant as fuck. And they give doctors, the 1%ers, a bad reputation. I know plenty of good doctors as well. Alright, so there's some fantastic doctors out there, but most of them are just dodgy, arrogant, egotistical, all about the coin. All about the coin. And you can tell when the subject of vitamin B comes up. And they're like, oh, we're going to place it, we're going to test it, all this arrogance. It's just like taking a vitamin C fucking tablet, alright? So most countries, it's OTC. And you'll have to do your own homework, because I don't know what country you live in. But in Australia, 100% OTC. Why do people use B12? People say, oh, I eat meat, I don't need B12. But it's like, well, do your homework, man. If you eat meat and you think you get enough B12, that's pretty dangerous, man. And if you've got kids, and you give those kids meat, and you think, oh, that's good enough for B12, that's fucking dangerous as, man. So I would recommend everybody either supplement intramuscular B12 injections, or at least do testing. But it's far cheaper, and it's far cheaper, far safer just to use it yourself. But you do your own homework on it. You do your own homework. I'll just share my opinion right now. But a good book to read is called Could It Be B12? And they talk about how in Japan, it's written by a nurse and a couple of doctors, etc. They talk about in Japan how the minimum cutoff is about 550. Here in Australia, it's about 180. So if you go to a doctor in Australia and your level's like 220, the doctor's like, you're fine, mate. You're good to go, bro. If you're in Japan, they're like, you're not leaving until you get a shot. You know? So you got 180 in Australia, 550. And Japan has the lowest rates of senile dementia, depression, etc. Oh, like just when you go to fucking nutso. I would look it up. If you have any spinal atrophy, SPA, spinal muscular atrophy, etc. Just look it up, man. It's the fucking internet age. Google shit up, B12, alright? If you're having depression or fatigue or you can't lose the weight, look up B12, man, injections. And these fucking things don't even fucking hurt. I've given these hundreds of times, especially these little insulin needles in the arm. Most, 99% of the time, it's like, you done it yet? You know? You done it yet? So it's Fucking hell, mate. But weight loss, they're hugely popular in cycling circles for weight loss. Hugely popular in running circles for weight loss. If you talk to the right doctors, they'll tell you, yeah, well, your B12, got to get your levels up. Hemoglobin. The reason why it works is it helps with carbohydrate and fat metabolism, and it can help boost hemoglobin. Right? This is like the poor man's EPO, B12. My hemoglobin literally went from 140 to 150, and that is the same as if I used EPO. Right? So I don't know. I would definitely be using B12 injections before I touched EPO. I've never used EPO. I've got friends who have, and they've reported profound results. Some people link my boosting performance to B12 injections. Hard to say because then I start getting a power meter. But I would definitely recommend B12 shots. Homework. Do your homework on them. And do your own homework, form your own conclusions based on information you get. But man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan personally. But what else can we say about it? You got any questions, let us know down below. But it's not a vegan thing, man. If it was a vegan thing, then why is it so easy to get? You know? Why like, just ask any educated person, can anyone have a B12 deficiency? And the answer is yes. The good thing about being vegan is most fuckers go, oh, you're vegan, what about B12? What about B12? And then you go, oh, what about it? And you get educated about it. Most people get misdiagnosed with depression, all sorts of shit. All they need to do is some B12 shots and they're fucking good to go. Most people have got some weight issues, all they need is some B12 so they can metabolize shit, get the hemoglobin up, you know? I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but if it's such a cheap vitamin, so easy to take, why not, and safe to take, it's not like an iron injection, it's very, very safe, water soluble, body pisses out the excess. If it's so safe, what are people doing taking all this other stuff when you can just try that out and see if that's a little missing link? It's so safe, it's so quick and easy, man. And you don't need to, I mean, I'm a big fan of, when it comes to vitamins, be your own fucking doctor. Do your own homework, man. This is pretty basic shit. If Duran Rider with fucking half a haircut can do it, then I think most people with half a brain can understand. But that's my little tip there. So needles easy to get. B12's easy to get, man. If you want it, you make it happen. You do, again, above all, you do your own homework. Comment down below. Let me know if you have more questions.